Hey, what's up? It's Privacy J here. It's time for another Sunday's live stream. So it's been a while, so I haven't done doing the Sunday's live stream for like a while or a week, I think. So I have plans to do because I got busy stuff to do with these all the stuffs about the with the programs and stuff and so many more. So yeah. But basically, before we go to the today's topics, it's the first day of March. Like I think it's like 4 days ago. And then and there's just gonna be a video for that because there's gonna be a clip, but it's gonna be release and drop until tomorrow. And like I said earlier, there's gonna be no videos for Tuesdays and Wednesdays because due to the fact of those classes. So keep in mind for that. So, anyways, let's go to today's topics. Now, what we talk about this year is another WWDC 2023. WWDC 2023. So last year it was the last year it was in a virtual event for due to COVID because it was in 2020, 2021, and 2022 for like previous years. So let's read this.
Apple has not announced its 2023 WWDC plans, but the 34th Worldwide Developers Conference is expected to take place in June, likely early in the month based on Apple's past WWDC plans. With COVID-19 no longer shutting down travel, the 2023 WWDC event could have an in-person component for the first time since 2019. WWDC 2020, WWDC 2021, and WWDC 2022 were held digitally, though Apple did invite some developers to its campus for a viewing party last year.
Next paragraph.
If an in-person event returns, it will likely be held at the McHenry Convention Center in San Jose, California, which is where Apple has held past WWDC events. We are expecting a hybrid event where Apple continues to offer developers around the world a chance to interact with Apple engineers even if they are unable to attend in person. WWDC tickets have historically been priced at $1,599 for the in-person event, but WWDC has been free for all developers for the past 3 years, so it is not clear if Apple will return to charging WWDC attendees. With WWDC, Apple offers developers a first glimpse of new iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and tvOS updates, plus the opportunity to engage with Apple engineers through engineering sessions, one-on-one lab appointments, and the Apple Developer Forums. To kick off the Worldwide Developers Conference each year, Apple holds a keynote event to introduce new software and occasionally, new hardware. We are expecting iOS 17, iPadOS 17, macOS 14, tvOS 17, and watchOS 10, plus rumors suggest Apple will use the event to unveil the long-rumored AR/VR headset. Apple will stream the event on apple.com, the Apple Developer app, the Apple Developer website, the Apple TV, and YouTube. Expected hardware announcements. Hardware is never a sure thing at WWDC, and there are years where Apple focuses entirely on software. In 2022, we saw the unveiling of the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air, and in 2023, we are expecting at least one hardware product announcement. AR/VR headset. Apple will show off the long-rumored AR/VR headset at WWDC, according to rumors. A WWDC debut will give developers time to design apps and experiences for the device ahead of a launch later in the year.
All right. Next topic. Where we talk about the iOS 17 rumored. So let's start with this a few major changes with originally planned. So please read.
iOS 17, the next major update for the iPhone, could be a less significant update than Apple was originally hoping, as the company and its engineers focus more heavily on the upcoming AR/VR headset. Apple has been working on its AR/VR headset and its accompanying operating system, XR for several years. With the launch of the headset now expected in 2023, Apple's engineers have been focusing less on other operating systems, including the upcoming iOS 17 and iPadOS 17 updates, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. In his latest Power On newsletter, Gurman says iOS 17, which is internally codenamed Dawn, could end up having fewer major changes than originally planned due to Apple focusing more on XR for the upcoming headset. Gurman says a similar approach is taking place with Mac OS 14, codenamed Sunburst.
Next paragraph.
iOS 14, announced in 2020, and iOS 16, announced last June, were two significant updates, bringing redesigned widgets to the iPhone home screen, app library, new features in stock apps like Maps and Safari, a redesigned lock screen, and more. iOS 17, alongside iPadOS 17, Mac OS 14, and watchOS 10, will be announced during WWDC in June.
Next topic. New 13 and 15-inch MacBook Airs likely to launch this summer. So, read please.
Apple will likely launch both an updated 13-inch MacBook Air and a larger 15-inch MacBook Air between late spring and summer, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. However, he said the chips these models will use is a big remaining question. Gurman said it is plausible that at least the next 13-inch MacBook Air will be equipped with the as yet unannounced M3 chip, which will reportedly be manufactured based on TSMC's latest 3nm process for improved performance. The current 13-inch model was released in July 2022 and is powered by the M2 chip, which is based on a 5nm process. Gurman did not reveal if the 15-inch MacBook Air will also be equipped with the M3 chip. He said a 15-inch model with an M2 chip may still excite consumers, but would quickly become outdated given the M3 chip is on the horizon. Last month, Taiwanese supply chain publication DigiTimes claimed the 15-inch MacBook Air will be equipped with the M2 chip, but the website has a mediocre track record with Apple rumors. Apple's supply chain started production of display panels for a new 15.5-inch MacBook Air in February, according to display industry analyst Ross Young, who has a solid track record with display-related rumors. This model would be the largest ever MacBook Air, as the notebook has only ever been offered in 13-inch and 11-inch sizes. All in all, there is still chip uncertainty surrounding the new MacBook Air models, but it is noteworthy that Gurman expects both 13-inch and 15-inch models to be released by the summer. He also continues to expect a new Mac Pro desktop tower with an M2 Ultra chip and the same design as the 2019 model to launch by the summer, and an updated 24-inch iMac to be released in the second half of this year at the earliest.
Next topic. Apple may not launch updated Mac Studio with M2 Ultra chip due to the similarity with upcoming Mac Pro. Please read.
A new version of the Mac Studio with the M2 Ultra chip is unlikely to arrive in the near future, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman.
Next paragraph.
In the latest edition of his Power On newsletter, Gurman explained that since the upcoming Apple Silicon Mac Pro is very similar in functionality to the Mac Studio, Apple may wait until the release of M3 or M4 series chips to update the machine, or simply never refresh the device at all. I wouldn't anticipate the introduction of a Mac Studio in the near future. The upcoming Mac Pro is very similar in functionality to the Mac Studio, and adds the M2 Ultra chip rather than the M1 Ultra. So it wouldn't make sense for Apple to offer an M2 Ultra Mac Studio and M2 Ultra Mac Pro at the same time. It's more likely that Apple either never updates the Mac Studio or holds off until the M3 or M4 generation. At that point, the company may be able to better differentiate the Mac Studio from the Mac Pro. To date, little has been rumored about the next generation Mac Studio, so Gurman's latest remarks are the firmest indication yet that a new version of the machine is unlikely to arrive anytime soon. Last month, it emerged that Apple reportedly scaled back its plans for the first Apple Silicon Mac Pro, scrapping the M2 Extreme chip and falling back on non-user upgradable memory and the same design as the 2019 model. The device is now expected to offer the M2 Ultra only, a chip that would also have logically come to the next generation Mac Studio. The M2 Ultra chip is almost certain to double up the capabilities of the recently introduced M2 Max chip, which is currently only available in the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro. With reduced modularity and similar performance on the upcoming Mac Pro, Apple's move to hold off on updating the Mac Studio's hardware may make sense until it can work out a better strategy for the machine's positioning going forward.
Okay, so next topic. Yellow iPhone 14 next week, iPhone SE 4, and iPhone 15 rumors and more. So please read.
It looks like we could be seeing another Apple product introduction as soon as next week, and based on rumors and the timing, it appears it might be a new iPhone color.
Next paragraph.
We're also continuing to hear rumors about the iPhone 15 lineup coming later this year and even a fourth generation iPhone SE, so read on for all the details on these stories and more. Sources: Apple planning product briefing next week as iPhone 14 rumored to launch in yellow. A rumor from Chinese microblogging site Weibo claims that Apple is intending to launch the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus in yellow as a mid-cycle edition, and we've heard that Apple is planning media briefings next week, so it's possible those could be for the launch.
Oh God. Stretching. Next paragraph.
For reference, Apple launched its mid-cycle green iPhone 13 colors on March 8 last year, so the timing does line up for a new iPhone color, but the subject of next week's briefing has yet to be revealed.
Next paragraph.
Quote, new iPhone SE with 6.1-inch OLED display and Apple's 5G chip planned on again, off again. Rumors about the future of Apple's budget iPhone SE are back on, with analyst Ming-Chi Kuo claiming Apple has restarted development of an upcoming fourth-generation model, though it's unlikely it will be released until next year. According to Kuo, the next generation iPhone SE will be similar to the current iPhone 14, including the 6.1-inch OLED display. It could also adopt Apple's in-house 5G chip that has been under development for a number of years, as Apple has sought to break free from Qualcomm as its cellular chip supplier.
Wait. Did I? Yes, I think. Yes. I think I'll study more about it. Okay, that'll be it. Anyways, next topic. Enough with that. Next topic. Rumor recap. New Apple products expect this month and next month, March to April, including yellow iPhone 14. Please read.
The calendar has turned to March, and Apple is rumored to have at least 3 product announcements planned between now and the end of April, including a 15-inch MacBook Air, a new Mac Pro Tower, and a new iPhone 14 color option.
Next paragraph.
Below, we have recapped what to expect from Apple this March and April based on rumors. This story was originally published in February and has been updated with new information based on the latest rumors and reporting.
Next paragraph about the 15-inch MacBook Air again.
Apple's supply chain started production of display panels for a new 15.5-inch MacBook Air in February, according to display industry analyst Ross Young, who has a very good track record with rumors about future Apple products over the past few years. Young expects the new MacBook Air to launch in early April, but an announcement and pre-orders could certainly take place sooner. Apple often announces new products in March at an event or with press releases on the Apple Newsroom website, but it did hold an April event in 2021 to introduce a new iMac, iPad Pro, Apple TV, and the AirTag, along with a new purple color option for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini. A new 15-inch display size option would be the largest ever for the MacBook Air. The current MacBook Air has a 13.6-inch display, and the laptop was offered in an 11-inch size many years ago. The new MacBook Air is still expected to be equipped with an LCD panel, as the first model with an OLED display is not expected to launch until 2024. Like the 13-inch MacBook Air, the 15-inch model will reportedly be available with the M2 chip. Apple says the M2 chip has up to an 18% faster CPU, up to a 35% faster GPU, and up to a 40% faster neural engine compared to the M1 chip. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo last year claimed that a 15-inch MacBook with M2 and M2 Pro chip options would be released in the second quarter of 2023 or later. Interestingly, Kuo said this MacBook might not have Air branding. On a purely speculative basis, it is possible that Apple could release a 15-inch MacBook that is positioned between the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro, but Apple's plans remain to be seen. The next Mac Pro will be available with Apple's upcoming M2 Ultra chip, which would make it the fastest Mac ever, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. He expects the new Mac Pro to have the same design as the 2019 model, but lack user upgradable RAM. A higher-end M2 Extreme chip for the computer was apparently cancelled.
That's the Mac Pro. And yeah. Next paragraph.
In January, Gurman said Apple was internally testing a new Mac Pro running Mac OS 13.3, which will be publicly released this spring, according to Apple. Given this, it is possible that Apple could release both the Mac Pro and Mac OS 13.3 around March or April, but there is still no definitive time frame for the computer's release this year, so there remains a chance that the new Mac Pro is announced at WWDC 2023 in June or later in the year.
Next paragraph.
Apple often releases at least one new iPhone color in March or April, and a recent rumor suggests that tradition could continue this year.
Sorry about that. My nose is calling me. It's about to call me. Next paragraph. Anyways.
Apple plans to make the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus available in yellow this spring, according to a Weibo post shared by Japanese blog Mac Otakara. Apple last offered a yellow color option for the iPhone 11 in 2019 and the iPhone XR in 2018. It's unclear if Apple plans to release a new color for the iPhone 14 Pro models. At its March 2022 event, Apple introduced a new Alpine green color for the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max, and a new green color for the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini. In April 2021, Apple made the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini available in purple. In earlier years, Apple released a new product, red color, for the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 series.
All right. So next topic, iPhone 15 rumored for the iPhone lineup. So yeah, please. So rumored to feature more power efficient what power
Efficient.
efficient OLED displays. So yeah, please read.
iPhone 15 models will be equipped with a more power-efficient OLED display driver chip manufactured based on a 28-nanometer process, compared to 40 nanometers for current models, according to a report today from Taiwan's Economic Daily News.
Next paragraph.
The primary benefit of the 28-nanometer chip would be reduced power consumption, which could contribute to longer battery life for iPhone 15 models. While no major display upgrades have been rumored for the next iPhones, the dynamic island is expected to expand to the standard iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus. The bezels around the display are also expected to be thinner on the iPhone 15 Pro models, which could give those devices a similar appearance as the Apple Watch Series 8.
Okay, so next topic. Apple not working on a new HomePod Mini. So please read.
Apple is likely not working on a new version of the HomePod mini smart speaker, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman.
Next paragraph.
In the latest edition of his Power On newsletter, Gurman explained that he believes Apple is not actively working on a successor to the HomePod mini. After the debut of a new full-size HomePod, many users started asking about an update to the mini model, but at this point, I don't believe that Apple is actively working on such as product. The latest HomePod doesn't include any major new functions that aren't already in the $99 mini, so there isn't an obvious reason to update the model. Sure, it would be nice to get more colors, a cheaper price, and better sound in microphones, but the real improvements probably need to be made on the back end, with Siri and app integration.
Okay. Next paragraph.
The HomePod mini was announced in October 2020 at Apple's iPhone 12 event. Less than half a year later, Apple discontinued the original HomePod, leaving the HomePod mini as the company's only smart speaker until this week when Apple relaunched the full-size HomePod form factor. The newly reintroduced HomePod offers a large number of features that were previously exclusive to the HomePod mini, including an Apple Watch S series chip, a U1 ultra-wideband chip, thread support, a temperature and humidity sensor, and a larger backlit touch surface that illuminates from edge to edge. In August 2022, Gurman said that Apple was considering launching an updated version of the HomePod mini in the future, but he did not provide a specific timeframe or details about potential new features. He said the update was unlikely to be super impressive, suggesting any changes to the HomePod's smaller sibling would be minor, but those plans now seem to have been shelved.
All right. Last topic. Apple reportedly working on touchscreen Macs, including MacBook Pro. So please read the last topic.
Despite years of resistance, Apple is now working on adding touchscreens to Macs, according to a report today from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. The report claims that a new MacBook Pro with an OLED display could be the first touchscreen Mac in 2025.
Next paragraph.
Gurman said Apple engineers are actively engaged in the project, indicating that the company is seriously considering producing touchscreen Macs. The first MacBook Pro with a touchscreen would retain a traditional laptop design with a trackpad and a keyboard, but the display would gain support for touch input like an iPhone or iPad. The first touchscreen Macs are likely to use Mac OS, as Apple is not actively working to combine iPad OS and Mac OS, according to the report. iPhone and iPad apps are available on Macs with Apple Silicon chips, though, unless a developer opts out.
Last paragraph.
Apple has repeatedly dismissed the idea of a touchscreen Mac over the years, so this would be a major reversal in philosophy for the company if it moves forward with these plans. In 2010, for example, Steve Jobs said that touch surfaces don't want to be vertical due to arm fatigue associated with holding up a finger to the screen. And in 2021, Apple's hardware engineering chief John Turner said the Mac was totally optimized for indirect input and said the company did not feel there was a good reason to change that at the time.
All right. So, anyways, that's gonna be this on Sunday's live stream for today. So for the tech updates or tech news about it. So stay tuned for more. There's more on the way for for next Sunday's live stream on the way. So for more topics. And don't forget, we won't be in this opportunities all around the world and some other things like that. So yeah, that's gonna be wrap up. So that'd be it. So keep in mind, keep you guys updated for that, and keep posted for these more contents. So when I feel like it. So like and comment and subscribe and let me know about it. So if you're gonna subscribe for more content, it's the Privacy J Productions and the Privacy J Productions 2. All of my social medias will let you know all about it. Facebook, my name is Jaden Garcia, and Instagram is JTech727, and Snapchat is Scoots0727. And follow me on Twitter at PrivacyJNYC1. So thanks for watching and peace out.